Hi everyone. So today, sorry I was a little bit late. I was like trying to make a thumbnail. I forgot they wanted you to do that. So let me find this article. So basically, I'm going to talk to you. I found a couple of articles and they talk about skincare claims that are meaningless. And let us see. Let's credible claim skincare. I know you're in here. I just saw you. Good gracious. Let me go off of, I don't know. Okay, so this was an article from Healthline, and this is written by Kimberly Holland. I will also put the link in the description. I didn't make a description yet, but I will put a link in there. And this one, they got Dr. Fane Fry. She has I think it's a she. And they have a website and it's called thefryface.com. So I've been recently reading theirs. And so let us look to see what Dr. Fry thinks are the top 10 common marketing claims and why they don't mean anything. So the first one is botanical. So basically botanical can mean that one or more ingredients is derived from a plant. Oh, this is actually also Dr. Manish Shah. So he is a board-certified plastic surgeon. So they actually did this together. Sorry, that was really, really crazy. But so botanical can mean, but this could also mean that the product is synthetic, but acts like a plant. So it doesn't necessarily mean natural either. It's just something that acts like a plant-based ingredient is what I'm getting. So it's kind of meant to target those who are seeking out something more natural, because a lot of people are trying to use more natural products nowadays. And so basically, and one thing that they wanted to note was that natural can tell you where a product comes from, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's healthy for you or good for you. Especially natural things. That's a big problem, because things that come from the environment, we know a lot of things trigger allergic reactions in people, and so that may cause some people to break out. So the more of these kind of ingredients we use, a lot of people are going to break out more, even though people would think the opposite. So what do you guys think about the term natural? Are you guys fans of natural products? Are you guys drawn to natural products? Alyssa, I wish the FDA was able to do something about these claims. I know, and that's kind of where more of my concern lies, is this kind of stuff, is that we want some meaning behind it. The only way that the FDA can actually step in is if it's something more so that's trying to market itself like a drug product. So for instance, the FDA, if I say this will, it basically change the cellular structure of your skin. I'm trying to think of an example, but they basically they can't say it fills lines or of something. That's not a a drug. But if somebody claims that they're adding collagen to the skin and the skin is getting plumped with whatever, then the FDA can step in. Well, now you're marketing this as a drug. The weirdest time where the FDA had to step in and do something like that was they had these SPF pills. This is not even related, but the SPF pills, and people would take a pills and it was supposed to help them ward off. It was supposed to act like sunscreen, but you took a pill. And I was that doesn't make any sense. But a lot of people don't know any better. So the FDA had to shut that down. That was the one thing they could. So the next common marketing claim that people like to say is patented technology. So this is a way to show that perhaps the product is unique compared to competitors, but just because they said it's patented doesn't mean that it works better. So that was something that I didn't think about too, because I kind of been drawn to that as well. Not so much for cosmetics, but technology wise, I've definitely fallen for that before. It's patented, but that doesn't mean it works any better. So unique doesn't necessarily mean better or effective. All right, the next one says instant results. So it says, any product can provide temporary boost of moisture or have a quick firming effect, but those results may fade shortly, Shah says. You want products with long-term results, which isn't as sexy as claimed as instant. So I guess that's true too, because a lot of times things will work like once, but if your skin doesn't look good in the long run, it kind of like it kind of defeats the purpose, like in my opinion, because I want to use stuff like if it makes me like it's kind of both, because sometimes I use products that I like because I feel like when I instantly use them, they work good. But I guess, that's interesting. What do you guys think about that one? Do you guys like instant results? And like if something like has the like feels good, do you like that? Or would you rather have something that's more like long term? Because I can see I do want long term results, but also if I don't get instant, like if I don't feel something like right off the bat, like if I'm using a moisturizer and I don't feel like it's hydrating me like the first time, I'm probably not going to keep using it. Interesting. So firming is the next one. So it says you pick up a bottle of firming night cream because you want your skin to look tauter, but that claim means essentially nothing. Shaw says there is no objective way to measure firming. When a brand says their product has been shown to firm your skin, that claim can only be based on very subjective consumer perception. Lila Carr, I'm always skeptical of things that claim instant results. Mostly I always think of like, I don't like the instant results when it comes to things like anti-aging things, because that doesn't seem like something that you could do right away. So in regards to this firming product, that's one good thing to note, because when they say firming, they can't actually say it firms. It says that, it like gives the appearance of firming. So for instance, and they point out like the consumer perception. So if you look at a lot of things, I think it was like the Too Faced like Better Than Sex mascara or something like that. Or maybe it was the liner. One of those kind of things. And it lists all of the like 91% of people said this. Whatever of this many people said this. Whatever of this many people said this. So like if they say like, 91% of people said it was firming, like 20% of people or like 50% of people want long-term results. That's just consumer perception. And we also don't know how these studies are conducted. Realistic, and we don't know how many people. So if it's like the placebo effect, it was a mascara. So it was a mascara. Okay, good. That's what I thought. I knew I read it somewhere. So like, but we don't even know how big their studies are. And if it's only like 20 people, that's not really a lot of people. And especially, yeah, like you said, the placebo effect. So if you're telling me this is going to be the best mascara you ever tried, try it and let us know what you think. And that's how they conducted their study. Well, I'm already biased now because I've been told this is going to be the best mascara. Now, some of those people might be a skeptic. Maybe that 91%, maybe that 9% was the skeptic people. And the 91% probably were like, oh yeah, this mascara is great. I've never tried anything like this. And that's like, like just it. So that's why whenever I see things like that, I never ever pay it any mind. Like those things like mean because I can't rely on those results. This isn't like a long-term study. This was probably done with like 20 people who were already biased because you told them this anyway. Like you would have to go through a lot of steps to try to prove to me that was like those were like some way objective and not 100% subjective. All right, so the next one is maximum strength. Maximum strength refers to products that provide a higher concentration of the active ingredient than the regular strength, said Dr. Aram E. Ilias, a board-certified dermatologist in Pennsylvania. However, this is not necessarily referring to buying the highest strength available. And they say this claim can be misleading for people looking to get more effectiveness from high strengths. After trying a maximum strength without a response, there can be an assumption that it didn't even work. So I guess that's true too, because if it is like something can say maximum strength, but we don't say that this is like the maximum strength available. They're saying that this is just the max strength. So it's not necessarily, like the highest strength available. So that's going to lead us into the next meaningless marketing claim, and that is clinical strength. So clinical strength is a step up from maximum strength, but this is still going to probably not be prescription strength. And if something is prescription strength, so like prescription strength is going to be like a drug, and that is going to be regulated by the FDA. And there are monographs in this thing called the USP. I talked about it in, which video was that? I talked about it in, what did I talk about USP? Oh, like the Claire's thing. So when I talked about the Claire's asbestos controversy. So the USP is pretty much like the end all be all for like testing methods in the US. There are equivalents in like Europe, which is the EP, European Pharmacopoeia, and Japan, which is the Japanese Pharmacopoeia. And they're kind of trying to harmonize those. So like where all these countries get on the same page in terms of like correct testing methods. But if it's prescription strength, there are, in the USP will be like, so say there's like a retinol solution and it's like a it's like a prescription and it's considered a drug. There are like, they will give guidelines on like how much should be in there. Okay. So it says medical packaging. So it says package designers to trick you formula, even though it's so over there. So what brands have you guys seen like this? Because I